Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a video where we've got some other auditors starting to compete with Jose De Castro since he fell from grace. He's really doing poorly. Anyway, we got some guys going to start up a new 5031c, whatever the hell they are, nonprofit to promote the Constitution and promote freedom of speech and all that great stuff. Geez, this has got to be real, right? Well, let's get right into it. It's John Felix and some other guy with OG Patriot, I guess he calls himself. And they've got this little website put up yet. It's not done, but they're sure taking memberships and donation. Oh, yeah, James Freeman's going to be in the chat right in the beginning, asking if he can put his Cash App in the chat so he can have some gas money. Poor James Freeman, he's going broke being a criminal. Anyway, let's get right into the video.
Freeman, what's up? Anyway, I can put my Cash App in chat to get some gas and room and food. Go ahead, dude. I don't care. Do it. But you're giving me gas money, not him. Let him put his Cash App in the chat. It says you're here.
Yep, I'm there.
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
All right, this is Mark. This is the gentleman who created TAC.
I went ahead and cut out the 10 or 15 minutes started in this video. It's just roll call. It took about 15 minutes to do the roll call on the 8 people that were in the chat, hyping this up. Anyway, it's off to a sad start. We get James Freeman begging for money. We get no gas, and it's terrible, terrible thing. Good thing they're starting this organization out to help these First Amendment auditors get around the country and be a nuisance.
And let's do this. How are you, sir?
Great, John. Apologize for the lighting, but I don't usually
Can't
shoot
hear
at
you,
night
man.
in this area.
Can't hear you. You got to fix your mic.
You can't hear me?
In the meantime, this is how you join TAC. You go here, you go to tac-us.org, tac-us.org. It's the Transparency Accountability Coalition. We're going to have 12 districts here. We're going to have representatives in all the districts. Oh, it looks like 11. Oh, plus DC. Okay, so 12. Mark, sorry you're having computer issues, man. I'll try to wing it without you if you can't get on.
Oh my, sounds like plagiarism. I think they're going after Chili's board game idea. They get this little TAC demographic, what is this, combat, match geographic boundaries. And look, they don't have any in Texas. This one here is in Louisiana. They got one on the border of New Mexico and Colorado, California, Nevada, way up in Maine. Wow, they're really, doing great. They must be, I bet they're going to prosper really well because John Felix is the helm of this. I can't imagine this thing failing. We've got all these very responsible First Amendment auditors out there trying to fight for our rights on the streets, and now they're going to do it nationwide. They're going to have a little union and everything like that. And John Felix is going to head up. He's quite a success story, this guy. Yeah, he's got Springer in there begging for gas money, and Felix is going to get half of it anyway, probably, allegedly. Anyway, let's keep going.
Mark started this group. He created this website. He filed all the paperwork for a 501c4. Tomorrow we're going to have our first board meeting. And I know a lot of people have been trying to do actual donations, but you don't have to do donations. It's free to join. Of course, people who donate money and get the memberships, the yearly, the bi-year, the annual, the 2-year. I guess Mark's going to try to come back on. Poor guy's having computer issues. So
he's talking about free memberships while at the same time talking about the how much you have to pay for the memberships for the quarterly and annually and stuff like that. Doesn't make any sense. I can't wait to see this fee schedule. I also heard John say they're starting a 501c4. I've never heard of that before. I know a 501c3 is a charitable thing, but let's take a look at what he's talking about is.
When someone talks about a nonprofit, the first thing that comes to mind for most people is a 501c3 charity. And it's the social welfare nonprofit, or 501c4, that we're going to be talking about today. Now, a 501c4 can go by a variety of names, including civic league, public benefit organization, or the title we already mentioned, social welfare nonprofit. And it's not so much the name that's important, seeing as most 501c4s, they're not going to use those terms necessarily to describe themselves anyway. What is important to understand is what a 501c4 is and what it does. The IRS says it this way, and I quote, "If you aren't organized for profit and will be operated primarily to promote social welfare to benefit the community, you may qualify for exemption under 501c4. So what exactly does social welfare mean? Social welfare describes an activity that benefits the public in a nonprofit, non-commercial manner, but that public benefit isn't charitable in nature. If it sounds like that could cover an awful lot of ground, well, you're right, it does. So what are some classic examples of 501c4 nonprofits? Let's look at a few. First up is homeowners associations. Yes, it's true. An HOA usually qualifies to be tax exempt under 501c4. And while its beneficiary group is limited, the activity is public benefit in nature because it seeks to better the community it represents.
Now, that's what a 501c4 is. It's a social welfare benefit for the benefit of the community, which is not necessarily a charity. Okay, that's very interesting. So it's a welfare program for auditors, so they can get around the country and do their little audits, and all make money and live in a utopian society that they're trying to create, which is never going to happen. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's continue.
What's up? You could hear him? Oh, maybe it's me. I don't know. Let me bring him up again. Hey, Mark.
Great. Can you hear me?
Oh, shit. My speakers are off. I'm such an idiot.
Right.
Boy, these guys have got it down pat. They can't even stay online. They don't know what they're doing. John doesn't even turn on his speakers, so he kicks the guy off, thinking that the guy, his equipment's messed up, and all the time it's the leader of this, organization.
I had to
I'm
go
so
back
sorry.
in.
What happens is when my speakers interfere with my phone calls, I shut them off, and then I forgot that I shut them off. All right, so Mark is here. Real quick now, Mark, how are you?
Very good. As I was saying before, I apologize for the lighting, but I don't usually do it at night.
Oh, man, how dare you not have good lighting?
We'll get through it.
How dare you not have good lighting? I'm kicking you off the stream. That's it.
There you go. There you go.
So, as I was saying before, Mark started TAC. Give us a quick synopsis, rundown, summary of what TAC is and why you started it.
Sure. Basically, TAC has got three approaches and to the idea behind TAC. And the first one is setting legal precedents or binding legal precedents. That's the first one. And I think you can find it in the mission. If you click on mission or leave it there, you can see it there. So the first proposal is basically the binding legal precedents. And we do that through the courts. And we attack through the courts by trying to challenge laws that are bad laws, as well as to create new laws that are good laws for us, that set legal binding precedents in all 11 circuit courts and the federal courts. The second purpose is to do affirmative actions. For example, when Jeff Gray was recently arrested here in Florida, we sent down some people. That was our first attempt to become more involved and set some affirmative action, actually get boots on the ground to help. And in that case, it might be more protesting and showing up and showing support, doing whatever we can down there. And the third way is empowerment of pro se, and that's the idea behind that is to develop websites as well as chat groups that can help people with the pro se challenges that they meet if they're going to tackle these types of malicious, prosecutions on their own. And that might be interference, obstruction, anything like that a lot of people are being charged with. Even the 25-foot rule here in Florida. That 25-foot rule. Go ahead.
Other things like, for instance, in the Jeff situation, he was at Flagler Beach Pier, which is public property. Some business owners called the police like they always do. He's been arrested for being on public property, holding a little cardboard sign that says, "God bless the homeless veterans." There there's a case called Watros versus State where they made it illegal to have it's illegal to arrest. In other words, panhandling is no longer illegal. But the thing is, cities still have that ordinance on the book, and the cops don't know any laws, much less your civil rights. So they think city ordinance is gold and rock solid, so they arrest them regardless.
Blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all before. It sounds like a scam to me. That's just my opinion. I don't know what's going on here. I want to know what these guys' qualifications are for running a 501 C4. What are they called? Are they attorneys? I mean, what's going on here? Who are these people trying to run this nonprofit? I see a giant failure here. That's what I see. I see them raising maybe $200, $300, and doing absolutely nothing because they're not even offering an attorney. It's not even like Attorney Shields. They're going to tell you how to do your pro se court case, which is absolutely retarded. Anyway, let's continue.
All holding a little sign that says "God bless the homeless vets" and challenge them to arrest all of us, which they won't do. Two people went down there. This is a public service function, and James Madison Audits went there trying to get arrested the next day, and they refused to arrest them. So they went down to the police station and begged them to arrest them for doing the same thing Jeff did. And now they realize they arrested the guy on public property. So what TAC could probably do there is affirmatively send hundreds of people there holding a little sign and maybe throw them some gas and lunch money. Or if we have plenty of money, maybe we could do more.
Part of that is also the affirmative action, right, John, that takes place in a situation like that would also include having the media, if not just the mainstream media, but also alternative media down there to promote what it is we're doing, to get that information out to the court of public opinion in their press, and to try to get them to come into an understanding of what our justness of our cause really actually is.
You're doing it for money, basically, for donations, because the more money you get, the bigger protest you can have. Who's going to pay for that? They want taxpayers to donate money to them so that they can do some nonsense like this, which is going to fail in the end. That's my prediction.
As a part of the constitutional guarantees, because that's what Jeff was doing, and it was really kind of outrageous that he was arrested down there.
You're intimidating the voters.
I'm not intimidated.
Sorry.
Are you tired of government overreach and eroded freedoms? At tac-us.org, we're fighting back. We're the Transparency Accountability Coalition, a nonprofit defending your constitutional rights. No partisanship, just principle. From protecting free speech to demanding transparency, we're here.
Oh, shut the hell up. It's all nonsense. It all looks good on paper, but the people that are running this organization, I wouldn't trust them with a paperclip. Come on, people. What's wrong with you?
There, but
No, that's okay.
Nice little short he created. Go ahead.
No, that's kind of what it is. You just got those three missions that are up there on the screen right now: the legal precedents, the affirmative action, and empowering pro se. Pro se, I'll talk about just for a minute because I had some questions about that from the last time I visited and told you about that.
This sounds like a movement for sovereign citizenry. It doesn't sound much like First Amendment auditing, talking about lawsuits and pro se lawsuits and this and that and my rights. It's nonsense. It's not going to go anywhere. I would be absolutely shocked if they reached $1,000 in donations and memberships.
Roles, the terms of limits of their roles in terms of how long they'll serve. Maybe it'll be a year. We don't know. We'll make that decision as we go along. But there's going to be quite a bit of decision making in terms of the size of the board, the frequency of the meetings. There's quorum requirements. There's standing committees that we'll have to form because we want to make sure that we have financial oversight. So that'll probably be a standing committee that'll take place of what we do with the funds and how much of those funds go to those three missions, right?
Yeah, sounds like every other scam I've ever heard. They get a bunch of professionals here, apparently. I don't know who they are. Nobody knows who they are. There's no record of any of them being anyone. But anyway, I'm going to skip through to the end of this. This is just boring and retarded.
Okay, so if you want to join, you go to this page at tac-us.org, and then you click join, and you click join now for free. I don't know why it doesn't show it, but it says free membership. You just put your name and email address in there, and
if you click it, it should show it. Did it show it?
It doesn't. Do you see it on the screen?
No, I don't. Try to go back to about, and I'll fix that. Go back to about for a minute.
About. It won't show the about either, huh? Let's go home.
I went and gave him my email address, made up a name, Snake Plissman, and I joined. I think, I don't know, I just hit the join button and nothing happened. So I don't know. The website is broken. It doesn't even work. Or maybe they're trying to, refine it, but right now it doesn't work with the shit.
Instead, okay, so you hit the join button, and it says free membership. You just put your name, email in there, and you should get a confirmation email. You join. We already have hundreds of members, right?
Yeah, actually, now we can say we have thousands.
Now we have thousands of members already joined. Okay, so
Let me show you what you're going to get in your email for a confirmation letter when you join this organization. It is not a confirmation letter. It is a thing trying to get you to buy survival packs of food. That's what it is. It's a doomsday thing. This is absolutely ridiculous. Here's the beginning of the email that I received. Giveaway unlock and get 2 free survival food kits. Only on this page for a limited time. Yep, that's what that is. It's ridiculous. I scrolled all the way through this email, and there's nothing about a membership to this TAC One thing in it. Boy, they really got this thing put together. It's a Jesus Christ. I'm done. I am done with this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Chile, you got your money. You got to run for your money. I bet Chile's going to have to file a lawsuit over this for whatever that is, plagiarism. Yeah, it's going to interfere with this board game being released on time, ain't it? Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Go check it out, John Felix's video. You can go watch the whole thing. I cut a bunch of it out because it just drones on for no reason. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Bye.